And I am once again doing some research, trying to do some research on bracelets, and there's just no fast way, or in fact, better way to do it than digging through the catalog. So I am starting with this 72 JDM catalog, and I think it's a lot of the fancy schmancy watches. We got here 6800. Oh yeah, the 5200 series, 6100 series, 7000 series, 5200 series, Lord Marvel, 6117, 6618, 2220. That's one of those small movements. Good movement though. That's ladies, 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 ladies. I don't know what that is. So we'll see. I don't know what we're gonna find. Oh, this is the seriously like the hardcoreness of when Seiko was like, we are going 100% quartz. Look at that. Look at how much it is. Oh my God. What? That's $1,800. Yeah, more of the same. That's a wild bracelet. It's one of the super tight mesh ones. I'm trying to think if I've ever seen one of those. All these pictures are taken with the salesman samples with the dummies. There's no movements inside. That's why they always have the same date and they show the same time. Seiko has always done that, but that means that these are salesman samples, and I have to believe that, mint condition or not, they ended up in the garbage outside of the Seiko factory, which is heartbreaking because they were probably in perfect condition. 6,800. $1,700 for that thing. Why? Well, it looks like I need to get some learning. Like this, honey. If you saw this thing, nobody'd think a thing about it.
Nope.
18 karat solid gold, $3,000. White gold. That's white gold. Oh, geez, no wonder it's expensive. Look at that watch.
I'm not here.
You aren't?
Nope.
Yeah, these are the pocket watches they would sell. Oh, these. Yeah, we're into definite like high-end quartz lie. VFA. Very fine to just. That means that you could dial those things in really tightly. Wait. Very fine adjust, and it's an automatic? Am I misunderstanding? 25 joules, VFA. I thought very fine adjust was only for quartz. There was a Grand Seiko that was automatic, and it was a VFA. That's interesting. And you see, we always learn new things, so I'm going to have to research that. There's our GS. It's a high beat. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to make that so small. I don't know, the Seiko loved this case shape. Instead of with the all the way in, with the deep cuts, it's like this half curve. They used it a lot at this time. These big flat planes. Which is, by the way, if you think about it, it's reminiscent of the 6159, 7000, 7001. Kind of has that same shape, really. I'm sorry, I was lost in thought there for a second. I don't think I've ever seen one of those bracelets. Anyway, GS, or one of these gold cap 25 joules, $1,800. Wow. And these hooded lugs, boy, they loved making these hooded lugs. They just don't seem to, they wear them, but I just don't think that these case styles are really, like, in right now. I don't know. It's one of these things, they're beautiful when they're fresh, but usually by the time they get here to me, they just had that bejesus beaten out of them. I wish these Grand Seikos were less conservative. I wish they had more, not necessarily garishness, but I wish they had some At Loom, at least. I don't know. They're just so scaled back. Is this one 18 karat gold, $1,900? I wonder how many of these they made. 18 karat. GC, that's gold cap, which means that the case itself is stainless steel, and over that is a thick sheet of gold. So it's not plated, it's stainless steel with gold cap over it. They look pretty nice. I have one. If I had a bezel for it, I would have an actual Grand Seiko with a terrible, terrible dial. And they loved these bracelets too. They used these bracelets on everything, including a lot of their latter day quartz models. And so I look at a bracelet like this, and it doesn't look really special to me. But at the time, it was well made. Well, it is well made. It was just interesting. And it became very common later on. Now we're into the no dates. Boy, and they're barely... Wow. They made a GS in that case style? I have one of those cases. Seiko used this case type. There were a few of the 7000 series, like 7005, 7006s, that used this case shape. I have a bracelet that's actually kind of like this, but it's got some other weird details, and it's a taper. These are these big sort of, I don't know what you want to call them, standing stone, pylon. You have these big chunky things on here. Very, very 70s. So these are going to be 6159s. And they loved this weird periwinkle blue at this time. Somebody made a decision and they didn't keep it going. There you go. Look, this is the one with that hammered finish. That was done by hand, if I remember correctly. I think all of these were. There you go. Yep, I have this. I have this exact watch. My dial is just wretched. It's so badly damaged. And the bezel's missing. The rest of it I have. I need a balance. But here's the cool thing. This whole time I've owned it, and I've owned it for a long time, I was like, what in the heck bracelet went on it? But I never got around to figuring that out. Well, here we go. It wasn't sold on a bracelet. It was sold on a red alligator grain. I don't think it'd be real alligator. Yeah, that's pretty cool. If you look here on this, you can see the hammered finish on this gold case. That's a really cool piece. That's a really cool piece. I have a real fondness for like hammered metal, like the Navajo and the Hopi Indians and their silver work, metalwork, and they do this hammered finish a lot. I just think it looks really nice. Anyway, so if somebody has a bezel for this darn thing, please let me know. I just killed a mosquito. Sorry. Get off. You're dead. Go away. Let go. Jesus Christ. There we go. Got it. Ooh, and we're into the King Seiko chronometers. I've been looking for one of these. I've been thinking about one of these for a while. I just wish they had something different in case things. They're really conservative. But again, what do we learn? They came on straps. They did not come on bracelets. Not everything came on a bracelet. More of these chronometers. I don't mind that one. The all black hands. Wait, so what's the difference? This King Seiko versus that King Seiko. They have the same movement. They have slightly different straps. White chronometer, black chronometer. Is it this one has the different chapter ring? The hash marks are that's it. Hash marks are different. Dial. No, I don't know. I think that's probably about it. And look, this one's 33, that one's 32, and they have the same movement. Why would they charge differently for those? Weird. No idea. Anybody got a clue about that? That's a watch. These cases are just beautifully made. This gorgeous bracelet. And they've got this, the handset on these I really like. And these are loomed. This is a really cool watch model. I've actually been looking for one of these. It's really nice. They come up every now and then in Yahoo Japan, but they're almost always jacked up. Like whoa. I have one of these, I think, but it's not a chronometer. I don't own a chronometer. There's that periwinkle again. White and periwinkle. That's as wild as they're going to get. Is going to be periwinkle. I don't know what the difference is between those two. That's pretty neat. I like that sort of tight handset on that. Looks like it's super legible. This one looks like it's super legible. I would love to get one of these in hand in really good condition. I think that would be sweet. There's that periwinkle again. And the difference in the chapter rings. Is that how they did their models? I guess so. Now we start getting the full lugs cut into the thing, and that's when you start getting these cases, these sword type cases. Or that's what I call them. Yeah, it's another one of these. I love these chunky square watches. I just never wear them. What are we talking here? Oh, that must be plated. I mean, because they're not actually asking that much. That's a 5600. I don't think I've seen that bracelet before. See, I look at this and I try to remember some things that I've seen that I haven't run across before. I don't think I've ever seen that bracelet. There's that periwinkle again. How strange. Uh-oh, another mosquito. It got lost. It ran away. Wait, it came back. Gotcha, you son of a bitch. Fuck, I missed him. Oh well. He'll come back. You know, I hate to say it, but they're kind of getting a little... Gotcha! A little repetitious. I mean, I understand that these are really, a tight group of designs, but I thought they'd give more variety. That one looks pretty cool. A lot of different Seikos used this case type. The 7000 series, you see these a fair amount. Isn't that pretty? Is that gold cap? Oh no, it's solid. It's gold plated. This is gold cap. That one's plated. I don't know. I wonder if we started over in the same place or something. Now is that black? That's not something I've seen before. Is that black or is that just a trick of the light? It's got to be a trick of the light. That would be really cool if that had a mirror polished black ring on it. That would look pretty neat. That would be pretty cool. I don't know why. Oldie-timey stuff. I guess it was the style at the time. How do you tell the difference between all these models? I mean, I understand they're doing different stuff, but you must have demographics for this. Observe. That big blade case. Big blade case. I have a King Seiko that has one of these cases, but it's a no date. You can kind of see it here. My dial is different. It's supposed to be a silver dial, and it's just the patina is this weird purple cast to it, not like this. And I just there's something about it I just don't like. And the watch is completely there. Like I could service it and wear it. I don't even know how many years I've had it. Ooh. I have this exact watch in every single way. If that's 27 jewels, I have this watch with that bracelet. I definitely have one of these. I might have some links to that bracelet. I don't think that I do. I think I have one of these bracelets, but no end pieces. I've been thinking about the Bellmatics recently. This is a nice bracelet, by the way. Those little links in the middle, those are solid stainless. Look at that. That's a JB Champion style. That's a cool bracelet, man. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. See, doesn't it? It gives this real nice purposeful thing. Plus, it looks like a tire tread, doesn't it? Yes, it does. That's pretty cool. I don't know. What do you think? The black or the white? You can't really see the hands on the black. You got to be careful with that. This is nice. I don't think I've seen either model. Yeah, it's got these. I don't know what you want to call these kind of big applied markers. I had a name for it, but then I forgot it. What are we looking at here? Oh, are these the electronics? Yes, they are. These are the EL370s. They were very expensive in their day. At least I thought they were. Not that bad, actually. A lot cheaper. EL370s are they're fine. They're not quartz and they're not mechanical. They're mechanic quartz if you want to go nuts. It is a battery powered watch that uses a balance and a complete gear train to run a smooth seconds hand. It is in another way. It's another way to achieve what Seiko was trying to do with the Grand Seiko, with the spring drive. So basically, it's kind of quartz, but it's kind of not. But they're beautifully made. They were high standard at the time. The EL370s, they're a good movement. The Daini equivalent is mind blowing. It's so beautiful. Every time you see one of these, they're just beaten to death. Hey, that's almost like a 6138 Panda bracelet. I don't think I've ever seen that bracelet. Non-loomed again. Let's see if I had to wear one of these three. Actually, I'd probably go with that one. But I wouldn't wear it very much because white dialed watches are not my deal. What do we got here? More EL370s. I had no idea they had so many variants. There's a standard old train track. I've never seen this one. I have one of these bracelets. I'm pretty sure I have one of those. I don't have this one. I don't have this one. But boy, if I did, I would have used them. Every time I've seen one of these, they're just beat to death. Seiko really had a thing. They pulled out this kind of dial design regularly, but it's very rare for me to see anything with that dial come in for service. No idea why. Are we still? Yeah, look at how many models of the EL370s they're making. Maybe they were trying to stretch themselves out into being able to sell more quartz stuff. I mean, it's not really expensive. There's that periwinkle. I guess those are the official colors of Seiko. Baby pandas, people. Baby pandas. Sua 6138, and then next to it is the Daini single register. It's kind of like the Daini Pogue, if you will. It's like the Daini 6139. 7018. I've never seen that bracelet. I have one that's close to it. It has this raised center section and has this little lip on the bottom. Ditto. Never seen one of these. I have a badly damaged case for one of these, but that's all. People pay a lot of money for these, and they weren't that expensive. This is another Daini. I have that. That's the one. That's the bracelet I have. I have that one. I have something that's so close to that, it might as well be the same thing. It's a big solid stainless Stellux bracelet. Now I'm going to have to dig it out. Hopefully I'll remember long enough to go and do that. Is that the end? Is that the end? No. Oh, now we're in the LMs. What a strange time. What a strange time. 72, it's like nothing knew what to be. Yeah, this looks kind of like, early 70s science fiction-y. Like, what was that old show? UFO. Or Space 1999 or any of that stuff. I don't know, doesn't that seem strange? Look, you've got this huge, big old bulky watch and these tiny little hands. It's one of the reasons square dials just kind of, they're tough to deal with. There's an LM. This is the 5200 series. Boy, that's a good movement. That's a good movement. Sorry, I'm drinking my tea. I don't have one of those bracelets. If I had, I'd remember. That's not bad looking. There's this one again. Is that just the reflection, or does it have a black ring? It can't be black. It's right there. Could it be black just in the top? I don't think so. Never seen it, never seen it, never seen it. Man, they loved this bracelet. It's the 6138 Panda bracelet. It's of that style. Never seen one of those. I have some bracelets that are made like this. They're not this one, but they're made like this. Now I'm gonna spend another night digging through my bracelets. Wow, that one's crazy. Yeah, they did this for a while. They have these like really fine middle links, and they're solid stainless. I don't know. Are these dressy? Do you wear these with your like weird suit? I mean, that one might be bad. I wouldn't wear it with the blue though. See, it's too conservative, but man, look at the work that they put into their bracelets. So it's like Seiko at this time had a pretty tight repertoire of different designs, and they referred to them over and over and over again. Now that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that one. I think that's pretty neat. Yes, I do. Are these LM specials? Yeah, man, you just don't see these. These must have, good Lord. I own a ladies' watch. Well, a ladies' watch, and it looks a lot like this. Has that case shape. I don't know how I feel about that. That's pretty wacky. $5,600. I have one of these models. I'm sorry if you guys are sick of hearing me say that, but what I'm doing is I'm looking at this stuff, and I'm working to try to remember what I do or don't have. Because that means if I hit something that's interesting, I can attempt to remember it and then go around digging and see if I can find it. Mine was an LM special. It wasn't one of these. No, I thought that looked familiar, but I don't have one. You know, it's like you really would need to be on your game if a bunch of these different watches were like put on a table in front of you and said, okay, and choose the one that's the, this or that movement without getting close to it. How would you choose? They all look the same. That's not true. Oh, is this one of those gradients? One of those gradient dials? The Sunrise is kind of like, Seiko Sunrise is kind of like that. It's just, these watches, most people would just walk by. They wouldn't even think about them. Do I have one of those? I have one of these cases, NOS. I don't know why, but I do. I don't mind the brown. I think that'd be a pretty nice looking watch. Is that the periwinkle again? I have some of these bracelets because Seiko used them on a few different things, including like the 6106s. I think I have a couple of them actually. What are we looking at here? That's more 5600 stuff. LM, Lord Maddox, but it's not the specials. Wow, look at that. is amazing. I wonder how big the runs could have been for making this many models. How many of each iteration could you have made? More 5600. I didn't know there were so many 5600 models in existence. Never mind this many. Look at that though. Look at that bracelet. See, it's a holdover from that slot style stuff they were making in '69. That's interesting. I haven't seen that bracelet. Another 5600. It's a cool case because it really gets, it's sort of a big tank case, which is pretty cool. 5600. 244. I don't know, 23 jewels. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind finding one of those bracelets. There's more of that bracelet. Yeah, it's a little wilder. Never seen it. That ain't bad looking. It's a pretty decent combo, isn't it? That one right there. I did not mean to go with the all dress watch edition, but that's apparently what this is. More 5600s. Holy cow. There's a good shot of that bracelet. That's pretty cool. I don't know that I'd wear it, but I do think it's actually pretty cool. Is that the end of it? Oh, no, it's not. There you go, your people. You got your JDM speed timer. I've owned one of these bracelets. It's like a regular H-link, except the middle things are pointed with the split forward. There it is. There's the blue eye. I've had both of these. I liked this one a lot, and I had it on the original bracelet. It was a good restoration. I actually had mine on my business card for a while. I have dials for both of these still in my stuff, in my crap. People sometimes don't like these as much because they're a non-bezel type. People like having the bezel just for more complications, but it's still a very clean design. You got your white arrow tip. This is one thing. I like these arrow tip things, but you're using the loom and the tip as the entire thing to see the hands. Let me tell you, I've had my Tokizara, not my Tokizara. Oh, my Kakume, my blue Kakume. And it has these, and the loom's a little darkened up, and I tell you, if it's half light, you simply cannot read it. Oh, look at that. 6139, 6032. Yeah, look at that baby with that original Stellux bracelet. This is the one where it's like the Stellux end links. There's just no way to get them tight. There's no way to get them to hold to the case correctly. Nice bracelets, but this was not well thought out. They did this so that it would be sort of a hidden lug, hidden connection. You couldn't see it, but that's a cool one. These were like the hotness, like 10, 12 years ago. They were the hotness. I don't hear too much about them anymore. Maybe they've gotten rare to the point that people don't know about them and they don't do them. I prefer this because it's black and red, not the blue and red. Pepsi kind of isn't my thing. I have one of these. Actually, I have two of these. One's nice, just needs to be serviced. I have one of these. It's not bad. And that's the bracelet it came on. It's almost kind of like a fishbone. They're cool. I love the way they look. The case is a little funky on my wrist. I think it might look better on somebody with a smaller wrist, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I have one of these. No, wait. Yes, I have one of these. I sold one of these like 6 months ago. I haven't had one of these for a really long time. Really, really, really long time. But that bracelet, That is, I've owned 2 of those. You just don't see this bracelet very often, but it's really nice because it's really flexible because it's this fishbone style where you only have this one little link in there holding everything together. It's a nice bracelet. I swear. I know I have this bracelet. I know for a fact I have it because I looked at it recently. The Baby Jumbo also uses this bracelet. I don't think I have that dial. I have one of this model, but not that one. Oh, we get in the 7000s. There's the Daini setup. 7015, right? Yeah, so it's just, you just get 60-second timer, but it is a flyback. You can hit the reset button whenever you want to, and it snaps back to 0. Same thing here. Oh, and they look like they're rotating ring models, based on the pip here. Yep. 7015, 70, or are they 7017s? Because that is a 7017. I've never seen this dial. I've seen pictures of this. No, wait, I have owned one of these bracelets once, and it was just wretchedly beaten. And it was so not fun to look at, that I just, it ended up going away. These really are cool because they are, they've got an internal rotating indicator ring. It just gives it, it's a really like focused and purposeful watch. And the handset's really interesting too. I'm sorry there's not a good photograph here. Hey, look, periwinkle. I've seen pictures of this one. At one point I was going to buy one, but I didn't. You don't see this one very often, and I'd forgotten about it. A lot of these Daini 7000 series chronos, they use the same handset, which is nice, just because it makes it easier to find them. Now we're back to Sua. No, and then there's Daini. Wait, is that where that bracelet comes to? That's what that bracelet is for? I thought it was a Sua bracelet. It's a Daini bracelet? Are you kidding me? Really? Imagine that being so wrong. Oh, Dinglebuck, these are all Daini. Why are you getting confused? Okay, I know I have one of these watches, and that is the bracelet for it. Okay, I will do my best to remember. Yeah, there it is again. There's that bracelet. I remember it being that one. I just looked at it. I'll have to go and find it again. So it's a 7000 series Daini. It's not Sua. Oh yeah, SS. That means a second setting. These are 6106s. They didn't do the... You see the SS, and I don't know, people don't really think about it, but they were basically promoting the fact that it hacked. That's a nice watch. That looks sporty. Haven't seen that bracelet. I'm sure I have that bracelet somewhere. They must have had an entire department that their only job was to come up with bracelet designs. All these tiny little changes they're making, like the center links are different. Seiko made so many versions of this bracelet, it's just hard to keep them straight. These watches, they wear a little smaller. The dials kind of tight in. I have some of these. They're not Actises, but hey, look, periwinkle. Yeah, I like the full open lug section rather than the semi-hooded, but that's me. So many of that bracelet. That's a cool case, though. Hey, look at the handset. Look, it's a Donfi handset, but it's black. Isn't that cool? have I ever seen one of those? That's another thing, because over all the years and years, buying, all this stuff from like watchmaker lots and all this stuff, you get a lot of boxes of just random parts because, watch people, you have all this stuff sitting around and you just kind of pitch it into a certain box and you just hold on to it. So it used to be that in the older watchmaker lots, you would see these piles of watch parts and piles of hands, and you could find some cool stuff in there. I might have something like that. I never would have pegged it for Seiko. More Actis. Big blade case there. I don't think I've seen any of these. Nah, that's cool. I like that one. Isn't that cool? I like it. That one's a nifty one. I dig that one. I don't even know why. Maybe because it's got shorter markers and it makes the dial look bigger? I don't know. I like that one a lot. That's cool. Unloomed? Non-loomed. I think it's non-loomed. If anybody has one of those, let me know. I want to see it. I don't think so. I was like, do I have that one? I don't think so. I have a bunch of these bracelets. I think Seiko must have used them on a lot of stuff. Hey, that's kind of cool. Is it like a fade-in black? It's not like a hard line? Never seen that one. I absolutely 100% guaranteed I have one of these bracelets. I know for a fact I do. Because every time I look at it, I'm like, where the hell could this possibly go to? Now I know, and we'll forget again very soon. That is, I had always wondered if that was a Seiko bracelet, and in fact it is. I have an Actis bracelet that's like this. I have this watch. In fact, I might have this watch complete with the bracelet, but they're separated. But it's beat to... It's hurting. I've never redone it as a result. More second setting. Oh, no, wait. These are Dainis. These are 7000 series. Crown at 345. So these are going to be 7009s. Yeah, they used this bracelet constantly. There's that weird periwinkle. It almost looks like they were putting most of their effort into bracelet designs rather than changing case designs. Isn't that strange? I'm probably wrong. I have this bracelet. I do. It is beat to hell, but I have it, and it still has its Actis clasp. And it's so loose. It's so floppy. I have one. And these are just the skinny H-links. There are a billion of them. I haven't seen one of these with those ripples. Oh yeah, these are the high beats, the Lord Marvels. Seiko's first attempt at like a real 36,000 high beat. What are we talking here? Gold plate, stainless steel. And look, they're cheap. Wow, look at how cheap they are. Boils down to 140 bucks, back then. These with the Arabic numbers, but in the silver with stainless. That's the one that people were like, I love it. Wait, is that it? I don't think it has that case. The one I remember has a more traditional case. It doesn't have these big straight lugs like that. That's actually kind of cool. I don't think I've seen that case before. That kind of makes it really different. They use this bracelet on a lot of the 70-meter sport divers. Pardon me. These are... Oh, these are 6100s? Yeah, are these? Is that what I'm seeing? That's Sua or that's Daini? 6-1. These must be 6100s. It's the no-date version of that movement. 7000 series, 7000 series. I've got a bunch of these. I've got a bunch of these. Seiko used this. This is 7005. They use this style a lot, but they're really cool because they've got these big, deep loom wells in them. But I can't. They're almost always hollow, like they're not filled. I have one of my 5200 Lord Marvels. Maybe it's a 5600. Has this exact dial, and I'm like, man, that would look great if it were loomed. Yeah, there it is again. Are we finally out of the... Nope, we got more. Oh, these are ladies' watches. We're at the 20C20. They're great movements, but... What you got? Ooh, there you go. I like these. These navigators, these are the ones that have like Vietnam cred, this model. The 6410, 6117, 6410. These all have the B movement, so they hack, which is nice. My actual favorite of these is, I like the black with the orange chapter ring. Oh, it's a blind man's watch! Is that... Yeah, I have a later one. I have a 7C blind man's watch. You can lift up the front, you can feel the hands and the markers and everything, and know what time it is. So wait, so they're having a big version and a little version of the same watch that both use the same movement. Well, that's wacky. We're definitely into ladies' watches now. They just aren't worth anything. They're not worth a dime. Only if they're like precious metal, which is heartbreaking because the same amount of care and love went into them, and they have great movements. Nobody wants them. Yeah, and look, the styles all reflect. They're like, a lot of them are like baby man's watches, which of course is the style now, but not then. You want to talk about weird proportions. Weird proportions. PDP SLS 17. I don't know what movement that is. More ladies' watches. Bastard. Sorry, that was another mosquito. There's that periwinkle. I don't know. Maybe the color designers, put in their work and took the rest of the weekend off. Yeah, because they're all tiny versions of the men's watches. Yeah, they're just miniaturized. Well, look at that bracelet. I've never seen that one either. Sporty. Look, it's even got kind of a razor blade bracelet on it, like a super H-link. Wait. Oh, it's kind of a fishbone. I was like, what the heck is going on there? I mean, imagine if this were a full-size watch. I actually really like that. It's got those big, straight, long lugs I was just talking about. That's pretty cool. Look at that thing. There's a 6119 version of this. It's so big. Look at that thing. There's that periwinkle. What in the heck, man? Look at I've never seen one. Look at that. It's kind of like it's like a sci-fi alien view screen, or like you're looking at that face of some kind of like, astronaut helmet. Actually, it's a little like the layout of the in the Space 2001 movie. Their helmets were kind of like this. That's pretty cool. It's almost weirdly it's like a Hamilton asymmetrical, but I mean not really, but never seen one of those. Ring watches? They made ring watches? That's really odd. I did not know they made those. Pendant watches. I did not know they made so many of these. Hey, that's kind of neat. CRP. All right, 17 joules. What is the movement? That is pretty cool, though. Look, they had a whole bunch of them. Wait, what's the difference? They all look the same. Wait, that's kind of blue-purple. And this is not? Wait, is this a split timer? Is that how that works? A minute counter and a lap counter? 1/100th of a second. Really? 1/100th? Oh, that's just the indicator. It's not like the hand is going. These are cool. Oh, old school. Even looks like they used the old layout of their old logo. They had this in like the 40s and the 50s, I think. This like, oh, and this is a Daini product. I've never seen one of these. 88. Hmm. I'd be curious to find one of these. Wow, isn't that thing space agey? I mean, who needs to have one of these? But I mean, if you're gonna have one, might as well have cool colors. Seven joules. That's typical for stopwatches. I think you're not expected to use them forever, and they don't run all the time anyway. I like that chapter ring. That's pretty cool. What is it? Basketball? That's a basketball timer? That's a pulse meter. Huh. Look at that. Pulse meter and a basketball watch. That's bananas. Oh, okay, so what are you timing? What do you need a stopwatch to time in a basketball game? That's pretty cool. I didn't know there was such a thing. Rowing. There you are. It's the Seiko rowing. So you got a tachymeter out here. Tachometer, I'm sorry. Tachometer track. Basic. I don't know. Somebody's going to have to weigh in and tell me what's going on. Oh, these are just their pocket watches. 91. What movement is that? I like these blocky numbers more than those sort of fancy ones. But that's me.